Welcome back, everybody, to DreamHack. Yeah, this is game number 3, the ace match. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map. It is from Evil Geniuses, the red Terran player, Thorzain.
Nipper left as the blue Protoss. It is Rake.
So there's a lot of danger that went on in that map. I mean, it didn't seem like Rake was being pressured, guys, because there wasn't exactly like an A move of 50 Marauders coming in at any given time. Drops were deterred. Rake did such a good job on the defense. That's why he was able to get to that 3-3 and go for that big push at the end. And I gotta tell you, like, when you've got 12 gateways warping and zealots, that is just almost impossible to keep up with on the production from a Terran side. Not once they take a bad engagement to begin with. So for Thorzain, you know, game 1, he showed a really strong early game. I wouldn't say his macro was weak, but I think Rake just played that one a little bit better.
It was the scenario of thinking that Rake was going to play, like, you know, get up to 4 Colossus and then go right into Storms. He was at 5 Colossus by that time that real engagement happened, and Thorzain, I think, obviously did not expect it. If he had known that Rake was such a heavy Colossus player, that second Starport would have gone a lot faster, and he may have delayed his Ghosts. Because the Ghosts, sometimes they can really help. Like, EMPs are always good, but not if they're taking away gas and supply from more important Vikings.
Well, I think the worst thing was just, yeah, he had the Viking count, like, had past 10.
I don't like, well, like, how many do you really have? Like 10 versus 5 Colossus? Well, you want more than 10. What
I didn't like was the fact that he went to the Blink Stalkers. They didn't even have to blink under the Vikings. I mean, they were just there. There's no Marauders killing the Stalkers like you normally see. Like, it was just an awkward engagement all around, but... dwelling on the past, of course, we'll see if he can do a little bit better this game, Thorzain, that is. We've seen in the past, though, I mean, Thorzain's a good player. He's gotten a little bit, I'll say, quote-unquote, soft, because he's not been, like, full-time, he's been doing school and such, but we'll see if he can, like, resurrect his inner self, his old being.
Thorzain was so hard knocks before.
Well, I know, it's hardcore Thorzain.
Yeah, you know, he's probably just joining because, you know, it's... I don't actually know if it's summer vacation over there. But hey, it's, man, you know, a weekend of your time, and it's fun, and, you know, whatever.
I was gonna say, if there's an event big like DreamHack in America... I mean, for Christ's sake, we're going to, like, MLG Anaheim, and it's not even, like, probably a tenth the hype that DreamHack is.
Probably a lot harder to get to as well. Freaking Europe, you just take a train everywhere.
I know, well, unless you're my insanity. Oh my god, did you read about that today? I feel so bad for them.
I did, and they would have taken a train if they weren't on strike.
Yeah, I actually really miss. Ooh, that's you get picked up. That goes for the engineering bay block.
Well, was he really not going to take that down? Like, really? Well, I guess he's too afraid of the Reaper. Right.
Oh, he's not rushing out of Nexus. I mean, he's not exactly floating 500 minerals.
No, he's not.
But you know, it'd be really cool. I looked up playing, like, every time DreamHack goes on, guys, I always look at tickets. I know I don't have the money. I know I will never have the money, but it's just like that curiosity thing. And oh my god, I gotta tell you, tickets from Canada to anywhere in Europe, kind of unreasonable in pricing.
Yeah, tickets are expensive.
Alright, so Thorzain got, what, 3 kills last game with that Reaper? See if he can beat that high score. Probably not. Nope.
I only got 1, I thought. No, 2. That's right, 2.
Oh, right. He had died going for the 3rd.
Yeah, and he just died again. Thorzain, be like Jachi. Flow with the Reaper.
That's asking a lot, though. Jachi does some really special stuff in StarCraft, too, that, like, most people cannot match.
Well, this is really just an over-dedication. Like, I think you can see the players that are very just, like, not, like, they know that the Reaper is only for scouting. They will leave, and they won't, like, really mind it. I mean, Jachi is just, like, you know, he'll try and get the probes, but he's just, like, so good that he gets it anyways. But for other Terrans who can't quite be like Jachi, they just make sure to get out of there as soon as they can, and then, of course, suicide later to see what's really going on.
So just a small side note, guys. Of course, Penguin joining us in chat. Nerd for my insanity, but also made it out of his group alive. So make sure you take a moment to embarrassingly congratulate him. Whoop whoop. But the factory coming down once again. You know, we didn't see the What Am I drops because we had kind of thought that might happen a merry-go-round. I really like the What Am I drop opening. I don't think it's the best statistically, but it is one that it tends to get the job done. Maybe it doesn't kill probes. It's got a chance to, but as you point out as well, it'll get some really nice scouting information.
Yeah. Always remember that any aggression that you do is also scouting information for you. Tip.
Learning with Zombie Grub. Yo, how much do you charge for coaching?
$15.
That's supposed
I
to be a
make
real
bank.
answer. Not supposed to be a real answer on that, man.
Well, you know what? I never advertise ever, so just you know, be happy with it.
Well, you just did now. 6,000 people. What's up? Go ahead and coaching for Zombie Grub.
I tell you all the
Robo
same thing.
Well, Robo finishing up. So once again, like as a Terran player, there's two things you can play blindly into. Thorzain's done the first one, where you assume, okay, no matter what, chances are an Oracle might be out. So you make 6 Marines, you stick them in your mineral line. You get more after that, sure, granted. The second thing you're just going to be able to play blind about is chances are there's going to be a Colossus 9 times out of 10 coming out quickly. It's just the state of the matchup right now. It's not that it's the best or the worst, it's just how it is, period. You'll be very hard-pressed to find players who even really do those DT rushes we had described before. For anyone that does like a 7-gate all-in or something weird. And Scumbag Zombie Grub lagging the game out.
Yeah, it was weird.
Way to go.
I think when Flux changes, like, it's like light settings, it lags the computer.
What's Flux?
It changes, like, your screen, like, hue color to better, like, so your eyes relax more when it's like night and daytime.
Whoa, that's so weird. The only Flux I know is the here's the new Earth hero, shout out to any nerds who play Hunt. Ugh.
Get out.
Or I guess we can start talking about like Back to the Future, flux capacitor.
I was thinking like the song. Okay.
Oh, I don't know the song. Can you sing a few?
You never watched Idris stream then.
Sing a few lines for us.
It's dubstep. I
So-
can't. I literally can't.
Alright, so we got 2 medvacs moving out for Thorzain. These do have Marines in it. It's worth noting they do have stim, so this is a drop that could potentially be dangerous. But with the 2 Colossus already out and 2 Overcharged primed and ready, yeah, this is not going to get much done. He might get a couple probes if he catches his opponent off guard, but Rake doesn't even need... Like, beforehand, it was a question of can Rake split appropriately. This time it's just like, can he pop off 2 Overcharges?
Yeah, like, with just Marines, like, sending 1 Colossus is still kind of dangerous, but it's actually not that bad. Just like, unless like, yeah, if there's Marauder in there, it's not dangerous. But there Thorzain goes. He's trying to get some probe kills before he's forced out of there with the overcharge, and he's getting, whoa, a lot more than I thought he would.
Yeah, that's 12 workers down. That's... I mean, Rake pulled from the natural. I think he handled the drop of the natural pretty appropriately, but that one in the main... I mean, he killed the pylon, okay, but it shouldn't have killed any probes. The second that pylon died, the probe should have started rallying towards the natural.
Yeah, what happened right there is that Rake literally thought the overcharge was going to be enough. Oh my god!
Oh, for Thorzain, this is so bad.
Boost,
oh no!
Boost,
Oh, it's not enough! The medevac goes down, fully loaded. That sucks a lot. We got a medevac from behind, trailing behind these units, but you know what, quite frankly, this army is quite scary. There is thermal lance on this. No bunkers at home for Thorzain, and Viking production's only just begun.
Oh my god, there are 7 gateways, although I think one of them's still a gateway. No, he's warped them all in. This is gonna be so dangerous. This might be game. Like,
Wow, he's gonna pull the
army?
SUVs, but look at this, the force fields with his turret block him out. Good coming. Actually, he's coming from the behind. He's going to take out the Colossus. If these Colossus go down, he can actually hold this, guys. Maybe with the production. Unloading this new medevac, more SCVs being pulled, but this last Colossus going down is going to be iffy at best. He's losing a ton of SCVs in the defense, but he's starting to clean up the Stalkers.
Oh my god, he holds.
It's at the cost of 35 workers, but yep, looks like Thorzain's going to hold this.
Is he all 3 command centers? He is all 3 command centers. So it's 33
but you know
probes to
what?
22.
But that was kind of like a... I hate to use this phrase. It was kind of like a Colossus all-in. There's no upgrades behind this. He wasn't furthering his tech. That was definitely a move. That was meant to be like a killing blow. It did a lot of damage, so maybe he'll stay in this game. But I mean, was it enough, do you think?
It was a really good decision, the follow-through. Of course, I think that was his plan the entire time. That's why he had the gateways. But it was a good decision to immediately counterattack, especially, like, you know, after he took on the army and then also getting the free dropships. It was just a case of letting those Marauders actually take the Colossus out. Like, that was a huge mistake. If the Colossus are, like, you know, stuck behind the bunkers, I don't think Thorzain holds it ever.
Did he lose his mothership core?
It's right there. You literally went over it, right between them two.
I can't... Oh, this overlay... There we go. Oh, man. No time warps to that fight, huh? Yikes.
Yeah.
That's kind of a mistake right there. But he's got 2 overcharges at the very least, so this counterattack should not kill him. He might lose some probes if he's not paying attention, but I don't think he knows he has a mothership core.
Oh wow, yeah, he's not moving it at all. You could definitely use some potent overcharges.
I wish I could see control groups with this overlay. Oh, you can. There we go. Okay, yeah. I didn't know you could turn those on, but now I do. It is number 9. He's where he has it. Pops the overcharge in the main. Ooh, not quite the Artosis pylon, but a nasty pylon to lose nonetheless.
Well, luckily he has 5 of the gateways, so they attack. No Nexus went down, and honestly not a lot of probes, but Thorzain, like 40 probes with 36 SCVs off of 3 command centers, actually favors Thorzain.
Yeah, it's weird to look at it like that, but that third orbital to get up behind the actual what's going on. Thorzain's of course trying to get his upgrades under, I guess,
the upgrades for Rake, though. It's
well, that's what I was saying.
0.
He never made any upgrades behind that first fight. That all-in was meant to kill the game. It was meant to end it right there.
And seriously, it was a good idea. Just, you know, the execution was not there. Letting Marauders at the Colossus. It's bad. Oh. It's bad mojo.
The execution's about to be here for one of these players.
Woohoo!
If we'll see if Rake can hold this. I mean, the thing about the Mothership Core, guys, well, Overcharge is nice in the early game. It really loses its momentum towards the late game, and things like Time Warp become incredibly more effective because it means you get those extra 3 Colossus blasts off, that you can kill the Marines and the Marauders. But by leaving this at home, I don't like it. He needs to have this with his army. Hell, even a recall is a possibility.
I don't know. It's such a hard decision. You know, one drop when your entire army's on the side of the map and you're trying to warp in, it's like, you'd rather Photon Overcharge or you'd rather the Time Warp. Honestly, this attack's supposed to hit where, like, they're behind their bunkers. It's actually kind of good on Frost, because Frost doesn't really have that wide of a natural, that's not a ramp, but, you know, entrance. But it's not going to. It didn't. The Marauders got behind, and now it's not going to either, because Thorzain knows that his army's actually kind of good. He'll just spread out on top of the ramp, be careful about his third, and force Rake to come to him, because he knows it's all in. He knows that third is not taken. He has detection, and of course, if he's clicking on the units, he knows that there's no upgrades.
Okay, there's some SCVs in this army. I think they were for a transfer, but not for a buffer, but
I don't like that Thorzain took this. Well, it still won't matter.
Well, his force fields are actually working against him. He force fields all the zealots out of the fights!
Yeah.
Rake!
Oh
no, those are the worst force fields ever!
He's been our force fielding not at all. Okay, so the Colossus went down, and with that,
I think that's the
pretty
game.
much it for the all-in. Yeah, that's game. That's game 3 going to Thorzain.
GG, well played. Oh my god, those force fields zombie grub! Oh!